So here's something that I never thought about before, but now I can't stop thinking about it. Is it possible that Asgard may have actually survived a celestial emergence? As we saw from the 2021 film that Marvel made, Eternals, the Celestials, Marvel's original pantheons of gods and goddesses, they're the ones that are responsible for creating essentially every galaxy in the universe. Planets, the light they have, everything. But we also saw that when a new Celestial needs to be born, that the Celestials will take an egg with a new Celestial in it, place it at the center of that planet's core, and then when the planet's population reaches a certain number, the egg will begin to hatch, thus making the planet start to break. And then the Celestial will then go out into the universe and create new galaxies, new worlds, new life, and begin the process over and over. Now, before we go on, let me give you a little bit of a history lesson that the Vikings have taught us centuries ago. The Vikings tell us in their version of the creation story that Asgard was actually created out of the remains of the first ever being named Ymir, who was also the first giant. When he was born out of the interaction between Niflheim, the realm of ice and snow, also sometimes referred to as Helheim, and Muspelheim, the realm of fire and ash, ruled by Surtur. Well, Ymir was just constantly telling the generation of gods, including Odin, his brothers, and his family in general, to just do what he tells them to do, while Ymir just sat around doing nothing all day. Odin and his brothers had enough of it and just decided they're going to go ahead and kill Ymir. They do, and then they use his body to create all the other worlds, including our world, Alfheim, Nidavellir, Jotunheim, and of course even Asgard. But what if that's not the case? What if Asgard was still created just like every other planet in the universe, and, well, like I said before, there just happened to have been a celestial egg inside of the core of the planet. But back to the question at hand, did Asgard survive a celestial emergence? Well, actually, believe it or not, one user on Reddit by the name of Paramechia Antic actually thinks that it's possible. Not only that, but this particular user on Reddit actually thinks that because Asgard is home to a race of gods and goddesses, that even if they weren't aware that there was, another god living at the core of their planet, that they would still be able to save their planet, even if it was just a small portion, by using a combination of magic and the Tesseract. Now, we know from the movies that the Tesseract was holding the Space Stone, which we know is the one stone that anyone can use that can travel to and from anywhere in the universe. So, who's to say that either a very young King Odin or a still reigning Bor, that when one of them discovered what happened, what was going on with their world, that they didn't summon all their most powerful and skilled mages together to start casting spells and runes to save as much of Asgard as they possibly could, and then use the Space Stone to then take the surviving part of Asgard with all of its people, all its flora, fauna, everything there, and then take it to a part of space, of the, I shouldn't even really say the universe, that exists outside of normal space. That would definitely explain why Asgard looks more like a floating island when you see it, and then when you're actually on the planet's surface, it looks like a planet. But what do you think? Do you think Asgard may have survived a celestial emergence? Or do you think it's just always looked like a giant floating island in space? Leave your thoughts in the comments down below, and consider liking today's video if you enjoyed the content. Until next time, true believers, remember always, Excelsior!